Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to start it here in just a minute. But before we start, go ahead and hit subscribe. That's right. Hit subscribe and go ahead and click that bell if you would, please. And thank you. So you can get all your notifications here at Hangman Tarot. We are going to get into this reading. I'm going to get into a current energy first for Selena and the Weekend. We're going to go over their astrology, of course. And again, we will get into all the information about them and anything, I guess, according to the rest of this reading or Hangman Tarot, please go check it out at the end of this reading. So if you're not interested, you don't have to hang out and wait. Okay, I am going to go over their stuff. Now, this is a request from one of my subscribers. And the reason that I'm getting into this reading is because it was a request and it's on the list. And I do my best to get to every reading and every celebrity. But some people disagree with going back and forth on the Selena and the Weekend thing, as well as the Selena and Justin thing. But again, please just take this, one little step at a time and just enjoy the reading. It's just going to be a nice little thing about kind of how they were, how they felt, in the situation, how things were going as far as like true intentions, anything that, was an obstacle, things that they embraced, things that were kind of hidden, or anything that was just really pulling them apart or keeping them together. So we'll just get a little bit more into that as we go here. Selena Gomez was born Wednesday, July 22nd, 1992 at 7:19 a.m. in Grand Prairie, Texas in the United States. She is a Cancer and her moon sign's in Aries and her ascending is a Leo. Her birth path is a 5. And we all know who she is. If you're in this reading, you know who these people are. He was born the Weekend in Ontario, Canada. So February 16th, 1990 at 2:43 p.m. And he is an Aquarius and his moon sign is a Scorpio. So we are going to get into this reading. I just wanted to quickly go over their astrology. And yes, they did date. I believe that they dated after her and Justin and then somewhere around the same time. I don't know. I cannot recall. But I do know that they were together and they were a very beloved couple. Some people hated that they were together. So this hair, I'm sorry. Stay. My hair, just put it in a bun. It just does not stay in the bun. Okay, let's get into this current. Just going to get a nice little current on the both of them. We're just kind of within and around. So closure, lack of closure, really. Lack of protection. Low in energy when it comes to happiness between these two also. Now, again, this is something that is very current. So we are going to confirm that through tarot card reading. But that is current. And yeah, they're not together. So of course they're going to lack those things. But to lack closure makes me think that they don't have closure. How odd that happened. How odd that I would feel that way. All right, let's get into this reading. I'm excited. It's going to be a good reading. I have a really good feeling. And if it's not, I'm coming for these cards. Okay, one more. Okay. So let's go to how they felt, how the two of them felt and their truest of intentions. Okay, over here on the left side is going to be the Weekend. On the right side of me is going to be Selena. So let's start with him over on the left side. As far as feelings, how he felt, how he was feeling in the situation, he felt like things would never be the same, okay? He does have a fear of commitment, but this is something that he was trying to kind of push away from. And there's always a conflict kind of like within the self. So that always makes it so that he doesn't really see things as clearly as he'd want to because he's very self-critical and he's very harsh on himself. So that actually makes it so that there's a huge conflict just kind of consistently throughout his relationships in general. So that brings that fear of commitment. But again, there was never just really feeling the same, especially with this breakup. So the breakup's being brought up, the power struggle, the dynamic between the two of them. And I feel like there definitely was just like a lack of harmony or a lack of togetherness. And again, the thoughts on this have not been resolved. So I just feel like anything in this could be still up in the air. Okay. There's still like a kind of a at a crossroads kind of feeling when it comes to thinking about the situation and the relationship. Over on her end of things, she felt like it lacked discipline, this situation, this whole situation. She did feel like a lot of like rigid or irritated thoughts about the situation. Again, this is in reverse. So this is probably not something that is actually coming to terms or has come to terms. I feel like it just felt like it wasn't under control. Okay. And again, she was dealing with somebody who is younger than her, probably. Are they younger? Is she younger? He's younger. Okay. So she was dealing with the older one. So, okay. And she felt like he feared actually being the dominant or the leader in the situation. So she feels like there was a huge kind of a sit down to the commitment, a sit down to leading in this relationship. But as far as structure, stability, it was very much in a low energy at that time. So as far as the true intentions between the two of each other, we over on his end, he had a lot of dishonesty when he was coming at her with intention. So whatever intention he had an intention to, start this up, but maybe not so. There's like a blame feeling here. I feel like there's something very unfair feeling. And it's like he wouldn't accept the truth of the situation, but there's definitely some sort of an intention in which he's kind of living in denial about whatever it is. Okay. And I think it has a lot to do with, the stuff on the inside of himself. So this new beginning kind of low in energy because there's this blaming situation. So his intention was really like not very honest, but he doesn't accept that. He lives in denial that, he was a part of it, if that makes sense. Okay. Because that's, already he's hard on himself. So it made it so that he was even worse on himself, especially in this situation. Because if you look at her, she's, a god, a goddess or, this beautiful thing that nobody can understand. And I feel like with him, or on his end, he's got strength, he's got courage, he has creativity, he has all of these really rad aspects about him. He won't know these things about himself until probably later in life. And again, when the relationships are popping up, when somebody's in a relationship with the Weekend, if she were to jump back into a relationship with him, it could actually work. I really think that it could work. Only if he has changed, because later in life, these types of people, this karmic path, they literally will change things up because they do a lot of a mediation, or they have a counselor, or they have, a guru that, leads them to, an an aha moment. I'm like, I cannot spit this out. So basically, if they did get together, I feel like it could be okay, especially if he got into that really deep inner work, because he just needs to believe in his, strengths and his good qualities. Other than that, I mean, because she's already like got kind of a low self-esteem for the both of them. I don't think they need to add any more. Her intentions over on this end of things was just wanting tangible, wanting trust, wanting reliability. So she was definitely wanting some sort of effort to be put in as much as she was putting in. There was no reward being handed out. I feel like there definitely wasn't a reward being handed out. And normally her intention would be, just kind of choose a direction, just kind of let that happen, be as loyal as possible through the whole thing. But she was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not going to change things up. And she just went in how she normally goes in on a situation. Who the hell is TYGA? She better not be. I know who TYGA is. Absolutely not. I forbid it. Selena, I forbid that you date that man. That man is no good. Okay? I can smell him from a mile away. That man is a terrible, terrible person. For Selena, anyway. Good Lord. She needs somebody really amazing, and that's not it. Okay? He is a F-boy. Okay? But yeah, I will. I think I'll throw a couple cards while we're sitting here even, because I'm very upset by that comment. TYGA and Selena, how dare you? How dare you? No, universe, come on now. Come on now. We ain't got time for this. Nope. No. No. Okay, let's find out what it is that she wanted and what did he truly want. He wanted energy in the relationship. He wanted the sparkle to be there, but the original energy that he, at first initiated, that wasn't there. So there was a dying out of the energy. And he was like, where's the original energy? That's what I want. I want, the Weekend and Selena when we first got together. I don't know if they did a repeat. I can't quite remember at the top of my head, but he wanted her to show up in exactly the form that he wanted her in. He wanted her to refocus, get back to where you were. But it's like every day changes you. So that's like impossible. The weekend. Come on, guy. Come on. We got time for that. She got time to be the same person with you. Ew. Okay. It's like no value in people changing. It's like, oh my God, she's changed so much. Oh, God forbid. Heavens, no, she's wild. You know what, Weekend? You could actually benefit from that. But whatever. That's just me. Okay, so her wants in the situation was just trying to fix whatever was going on. So he was not talking to her about this, okay? And she wasn't expressing the fact that she felt like things were, kind of too late, or she felt like he was walking away, maybe like that hopeless feeling. What an asshole. So she kind of felt like he was walking away anyway. So there was something very unanswered here, especially when it comes to their wants, because emotionally and connection wise, she just wanted, whatever he wanted to make him feel better. She was like, okay, put that on there. Put all that stuff on there and we will work it out. Okay. All right. As far as getting into anything that really brought the two of them together over is that this was almost like a creative vision on his end of things. And I feel like it would have been just like that fresh start, that new vibe, that new energy. That's definitely over on his end, the adventure of this, the newness of this, that I just bought this and I'm ripping that price tag off thing about it. That's what he likes. He likes that fresh beginning, coming out and kind of shocking everybody with the look of it, whatever it might have been, the originality, the opportunity that it could have brought, the potential that it was. I just feel like it had a lot of meaning, but not in the. It was more of like a work kind of view for him. Does that make sense? So I feel like he was kind of looking at her like, you could really add to my personal energy because she comes with her own fucking energy. She really does. It's different. So there was like something very magnetic between the both of them, but it was not to do with the fact that they were the same. They were very fucking opposite, very opposite. Over on her end, what she really wanted here and what she kind of brought to the table and really brought it together was that she was full of surprises, okay? And she definitely came out of stagnancy for the situation, and she feels like there was like a huge, deep emotion, almost like she had a connection with him in the past. She felt like maybe this deep connection, like childlike or like in a childhood or in a child home or some sort of a child environment. I feel like this definitely, that stagnancy went right out the door because she was so intrigued by it. And she expressed it. She did. I mean, that's what, and she wanted him to express it back. I don't think that I don't think that she would have gotten that feeling. And I don't think that this being a fresh start and a new beginning and everything was zazu, that's not going to last. That's not what a relationship is. That's just the beginning stages of it when you actually mirror each other and you don't know each other yet. I love the beginning of a relationship. The other person looks like you. It's like, damn, you cool. Maybe that should focus better somewhere else. We did. Well, we'll see. She better not be dating that TYGA. Ugh, he's not the man. He is not it. That guy makes my skin crawl. I don't know what it is about him, but I feel like there's this little tiny gremlin inside of him. And like, if you were to unzip his skin, it would be like just sitting there waiting, feeding off children's blood. Like, I can't stand that guy. That's right, TYGA. I said it and I meant it. I'm not taking it back. Nope. All right. Let's get into what pulled these two apart, okay? Obviously, we know. Obviously. Okay, we got 5 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Pentacles. That's in an upright position. The idea that this was supposed to be like a good life, a wealthy relationship, a wealthy situation, just kind of like rich and secure and stable. But I felt like whatever changes were here, whatever mistakes were here, really made it so that they were seeing things in a different kind of light. Okay, there was a different angle, perspective, some type of view. And everybody wants to know their view, but it's just like, this is not how it was supposed to be. So it's not probably something specific they talk about, I wouldn't think. But I do think that the love came into conflict, or the feelings and the connection and the energy that brought them together was pulled apart because forgiveness, it was supposed to be happening. A forgiveness, even within themselves and just within general. So any fucking mistake, though, it was almost like they were putting them on tallies. Okay, they were marking them. is like not letting go. And that was more so on his side. She was over here like, yo, like, I just want like this really amazing home life with you. I just want to value the security, a tradition that it can bring, long-term happiness, come to a completion. And these are the things that were kind of pulling them apart, is how different. Again, once again, is there a power here that can hold them together? No, because the difference really yanked them. That doesn't surprise me. That should not surprise me. Are we talking about is Tyga an Aries or a Gemini or an Aquarius, or are we talking about this guy? Like, which one are we talking about? Yeah. So basically, the Weekend, or his karmic type, will eventually fold into themselves when they're older, or more, it's more in the maturity of your life. So basically, I feel like, there was a kind of a polar opposite attraction, but the power to hold that there, or to keep that there, or to glue that together, it got pulled apart by the ending of it, because of his inner work has not been done. So that kind of stuff happens later in life. So if she were to meet up with him again when they were like in their 40s, maybe 30s, 35s, I don't know, I feel like they might vibe. I do. I think that people would be surprised at how much he's going to fucking change. He's going to be way different in a good way, because he's already pretty rad exteriorly, but just that lack of he has lack of spine, tailbone, his beliefs, his hopes, all those things are just like not held in there as strongly as another person's, I guess. I don't know how to explain that, how that feels for me. But okay, so anything here that was the energy that was kind of keeping this connection. So any energy that was kind of surrounding this relationship when we were walking by them, or if you look at them in a magazine, this is how you were going to feel. Okay. You were going to feel an overcoming of some sort of heartbreak. You were going to feel like there was a silver lining. You were definitely going to feel like almost like caught off guard, especially when they broke up. Probably you were probably like revolted. You're like, how dare you? When you look at these two, I feel like not only does she feel this childhood connection, or this soul connection, or some type of tie from them in the past, I feel like you all do too. We all feel that when we look at these two. Like we just see these little baby cherubs, flying around, loving each other and shooting each other with bows and arrows. And it's this cute, adorable, I can't get enough of, vibe. And it's simply just kind of like almost like a love for a child, or a love for a baby, like just, oh God, they're so amazing. So these are things that you're going to feel when you're looking at them. You're going to look at them like you have memories with them. You're going to look at them like you have a childhood with them, or like you were a part of their stuff, or however their energy worked together. For some reason, it's almost like it breaks your heart to look at them, or it makes you super fucking nostalgic. Okay. If that makes sense. But that's the energy that kind of was within and around. Is it better than a Justin Bieber and Selena comparison? No. Weekend loses. I looked, I researched a little bit, and I found it out. I did. Even no matter how magnetized this attraction is towards each other, Selena and Justin it's just a whole other fucking ball game. It's a whole nother realm that you just can't touch. Okay. There's just such a beautiful alignment with the two of them. Okay. But I think that's a timing issue. I'm pretty sure my cards say that almost anytime I do a Justin and Selena reading. Okay, last couple cards here. Let's find out what was really hidden. Even though we felt this wonderful vibe with them, or almost like they broke our heart just kind of looking at them together, what was the overall hiddenness here? What was going on as far as over on her end of things? Oh, Five of Swords up, right? Eight of Wands up. Okay, so the things that were hidden here was the fact that he did think this was a good time, but he wanted more action. He wanted something to be quicker here. He was ready to really just kind of like, almost like the romance wasn't as on fire. It wasn't enough for him. It could have been a really exciting time, except for he just kept kind of moving. There was just so much energy in him. So he just kind of moving. But I feel like there definitely could have been like a little bit more of a welcoming to like his inner child, or to his joy, or to welcome some sort of free spirit within him, so that he could connect more with her. Because I think he's so serious. He is. It's just like, shut up. Hey, Weekend, shut up. Like, it's so serious. Like, shut up. And yes, so Zach, I totally agree because that narcissist thing, that is a thing. Narcissists, they do take themselves seriously. It's a tendency. It's definitely a part of that. I get it. I get it. I get like super serious out in public and I get very embarrassed. And I do all these things, but I also have a practice to break, kind of through those barriers. They're very fucking difficult, but that's also a shame thing for me. But for him, it's just like, he's so like, just stop. And it's like, nobody can see me until I reveal things. It's like, it just wasn't exciting for him. It wasn't exciting enough. Okay. So that's kind of what was hidden underneath over on his end. Over on her end, she was feeling like this fight was not worth the reward. It just kind of underneath and hidden was definitely that she felt like there should have been more of a sorry. There was no sorry. There was no apology. I feel like it just was not worth it. She felt like underneath everything, it was just very raw, very vulnerable. And she was wanting to take her time. And again, he was like, action, action. And she's like, no, I just want to be a kid. And he's like, no, I want you to look really rad. No, this is not, no winning. She was like, no. So ultimately here, this was a new beginning. It was time for them to fall in love. It was their moment. It was a time, okay? This was a leap of faith. They trusted in themselves and then they trusted out. That's all. That's it. That was it. By the ending of this, there's not much more that I can really say about the fact that this was really just a leap into that faith, that hope, that, this romance would be really amazing and there could be a long-term commitment. They both came in with great ideas, but things peter out and it's just that really beautiful leap of faith into a situation you're not aware of. So I feel like that's pretty much all I got to say on that. I really enjoyed that reading. How fucking amazing. It was a good reading. Oh, for sure. Especially, okay, so Gemini, I feel like they have like that layer of insecurity that kind of holds them back from us really knowing that they think they're smarter than you. But I also think there's just so much more to a Gemini, that other side, that because there is a really great grand side to a Gemini. I just think that they forget how great that part of them is. So then they turn to that, the exterior layer. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. But I think theirs is more so like they show face and then they show a different face, With Aquarius, though, yeah, totally. They're so fucking arrogant. I have nothing great to say about it. Thank you guys for your comments. Thanks, please, and thank you. Thank you, Zach Addington. Okay, hold the boat. What is I got things to look up here. What is Tyga's? I want to see if they doing anything because I'm gonna come out of my seat if that's the case. Okay, Tyga was born in Compton, California, United States, November 19th, 1989. He was born Michael Ray Stevenson like 100 years ago, people. This man has been alive for as long as I can remember. And I was always thinking like he was this young person, but he's literally not even that young. He's 1989. And I'm pretty sure he's had like his hair plugs done. He's had, make sure that you can't see that he's older. Like I'm 1984. Like I'm older. I'm an older lady. Like I'm 38. This man literally acts like he's 20. I'm pretty sure he was with Kylie when she was underage. And besides that, I think it shows a lot about a person and they're not affected by how they're not supposed to be doing shit. So he is a rapper. Blah, blah, blah. And he wears the things on his head and he wears glasses all the time. He's just a mess. Like, there's no Rico Suave about him. I don't know. Oh, does he have BD energy? I don't feel that off of him, but I mean, some other people might. Okay, he's a Scorpio, sun sign. His moon sign is a Leo. Gross. Ugh, I don't like it. Okay, I'm going to do a quick reading. Okay, so please and thank you has commented that Tyga and Selena Gomez were seen at a club and now everybody thinks they're dating. How dare you? So we're going to find out. Let's find out if they're actually dating because come on, Selena. We could do better, honey. Do better. I don't know. Maybe he's a great guy. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? All right. Just something very weird off about that man. No, it's just, he gives me the creepies. He really does. Like, a lot of people don't give me the creepies. Like, and so when I hit somebody who gives me the creepies, it's usually for a reason. Everybody's like, oh, you're being an asshole. No, I'm not. Like, this person's off the rocker. I try to have fun with it. Otherwise, I literally will go crazy with it. I just try to have fun with it. No, I don't keep myself from being around people when they are a little cuckoo. I stay around them. I accept them for who they are. But sometimes that hits you right into the fucking forehead also. Sometimes you should have used the little 30 eye. Yeah? Sometimes it's there to protect y'all. Okay, Selena? Because she freaking knows. She's been to depths and realms. She can see things. She just needs to tell everybody. She hasn't. Okay, for the love of God. What is he? I was not prepared. Okay, so he is a Scorpio. And a Leo. I can't deal with this. I cannot deal with this. The only thing holding me here is the fact that the Capricorn is in his Venus. So I feel like that might be why. But who knows? Again, we don't actually know anything yet. So let's find out. Okay. So TYGA, huh? We're here. All right. Welcome. Hello, TYGA. Okay. So his thoughts and emotions on Selena Gomez and her thoughts and emotions on TYGA. I got to find out his last name or his real name because he might have a great name that I just vibe with. TYGA is just killing me. Let me find it because I feel like I have to say it a certain way and I sound stupid. Oh, yeah. I would like to know his name. Okay, Michael. Oh, yeah, something's so off about this man. Eyebrow. Sorry, I'm looking at a picture of him. I was reading his face. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. All right. It just helps. Okay, so Michael Ray Stevenson, also known as TYGA, American rapper, singer, songwriter, actor. That's right. He does do some acting. After several independent releases, he signed a recording contract with Young Money Entertainment, Republic Records in 2008, and his first album came out as Careless World. Rise of the Last King was released 2011 and included hits like Rack City, Rack City, right? I don't remember. Far Away, Still Got It, and Make It Nasty. Make It Nasty. Yeah, he's 32. He's supposed to be having children and married by now. Okay, people, I'm going to get started with this reading for the love of God. Okay, so over on TYGA's end of things, he probably already took a step back. I feel like he was pondering and he was thinking about where this could actually head or lead, but he is distracted. And he could also be using her as a distraction because emotionally, the idea here is just, it's not really growing. And he's just got cloudy judgment anyway. I said that. What did I say? What did I say? Okay, yeah, loss of passion already. Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so he's very uninterested in that sense. He's probably not even communicating at this point. So I don't know when this was going on. This is definitely not. I just feel like maybe they hung out that night. Maybe it's just not even a thing. I really don't think it is. I don't. And he wouldn't make a choice anyway. He probably got every single ounce of information on her, like anything that fucks with the way that he perceives it. No. Okay. He's just, if you can't make yourself look a specific way, because I'm so hot over here as TYGA, then we're not hanging. Okay. So you have to impress this man in like a really fucking weird like almost like, I don't want to say that word. he sexualizes everything. He thinks everything should be, like hotter and bigger and better. And you better be hotter than me. Like, make me notice you, even though I'm so hot, type of thing. I don't know. I just feel stupid saying any of this. So here we go. So basically, over on her end of things, her thoughts on the situation is that, again, he's kind of obsessed with the information here. He's obsessed with what's next. He's obsessed with the physical, and this is in reverse also. So there's low of energy here. Emotionally, she knows there's no direction here. This would be a burden. This is definitely, more stress than she can handle. It would be an uphill battle between the two the whole way up. Like, really. Let's find out what it was or some sort of intention towards each other. So her passion was fueled just by like something to do. Okay. I feel like she's just so intelligent, and she's just a hero type of person. And she comes in, she'll save your day. She will. But I feel like pursuing excellence or being determined and having some sort of energy focus kind of saved her on this situation. But I do feel like if this would have been anything, what would love have to do with it? It would have been more of a publicity thing or success thing, if that makes sense. So it could have been a message to everyone, just in the schemes of being a commercial, or we're going to sell clothes while, they're probably wearing certain clothes while they're, out and about. Like, these things are very like detailed and woven into all of their lives. So it's like, you never fucking know if this is love or if this is for the public. What the public needs to see. You need to see our shoes. You need to see our hair. You need to see, you know what I mean? So everybody's going to be looking if Tyga and Selena are walking around. Okay. That's all I got to say. I don't even know if these two were actually seen together. I haven't confirmed, but it's looking like they really weren't. Yeah. So he holds on to his, he doesn't embrace new ways, and you can tell it's energetically. You can tell he just draws himself back. Okay, but I feel like he definitely holds on to the past, and he's not ending something. So he's still in like another cycle or another realm, even, or another fucking planet, or on a star. Like, he literally is not here today, and that also is confirming that cloudy judgment, cloudy mind, unfocus. So just for me, the sense of any sort of balance, any sort of peace would be meaning that he has to be like letting go of that shit and moving forward, but he's not. He's just like hanging out in whatever that is. He swims in it. Likely outcome. Okay. So trying not to kind of overthink this was more so on her end of things. She's got, wonderful positive memories of whatever that might have been, or just in general, she has a nice life. I just don't think that they were doing anything. It's just not indicating that to me. Likely outcome over here is that he's really starting something up, work-wise, business-wise. I feel like whatever he does that is, fuels him, that's what he's starting. So there's a new adventure. There's some new beginning that is starting here. It's a fresh start, and it's creative vision. So I think if we did see the two of them together, that would be okay. And yeah, she feels like there's just too much looking into the past for that too. And if there was, the sex may have been good, but I just don't think that they probably had sex. But I mean, I don't think Selena has sex with anyone. I think she's a baby cherub. I do. I think she's like a pure baby cherub. Okay, I got to get out of here before I go crazy in the Tyga mess. Okay, so that's that. I got to get out of here. Share, like, and follow, please. And thank you. Thank you so much for checking in with Selena Gomez and the weekend reading. Thank you for your comments. Thank you, Zach, and please and thank you. I appreciate you guys very much. It was nice chatting with you. I hope that I see you all soon. Click that bell so you don't miss anything here, and make sure you hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. Share, like, and follow, especially on the upload that does pop up, especially the video that pops up on the upload. Go ahead, check that out and share that onto your social media. Check out my social media and the details below. Other than that, you guys have a beautiful Saturday. See ya.